Hey guys, today I'm going to show a build that I've been putting together. I've had quite a bit of help from different videos I've watched and everything, and I've just kind of taken everything I've learned and the setup that I've been playing with and changed it and tweaked it a little bit because I've been running a lot of Master Lost sectors to try and get some exotics because I've just started this Titan character fairly recently, so I want to unlock as many exotics as possible. So what I've found to be the most effective build for Titan is Strand. A lot of people go crazy for the Arc subclass using the Heart of Inmost Light exotic chess piece, which I don't have yet, so maybe that's why I'm not getting on so well with it. I still, literally, this character is so new, I don't even have any of the aspects and fragments of the Void yet, but Strand seems to be pretty great. So I'm using Strand. Obviously, there's only one super to choose from. I quite like the rally barricade because it's easy to shoot over as opposed to the towering barricade where you kind of just sidestep it to actually shoot people and then you're left more vulnerable. So and plus this has a quicker charge recharge rate as well. So I've gone for that. Obviously, movement ability is completely down to personal preference. I've moved over from playing as a hunter, so I quite like the height. It's the most similar thing that I can get to being a hunter, basically. Only one choice of melee, and then I'm going for the shackle grenade. Grapple is so much fun. It's so good, and it's great for getting out of situations where you're about to fall off the map and you can save yourself. But the shackle grenade is just incredible for suspending almost any target. It's just unbeatable. There's nothing that even comes close to it, in my opinion. There's only two aspects to choose from, so yeah, just apply both of those. And then when it comes to fragments, I'm going for thread of continuity. So every time you do suspend people, which we're going to be doing a lot with the shackle grenade, it just increases the duration. So and it's quite a significant increase as well. You'll see in a minute when I run through this lost sector. Thread of Mind, when you defeat those suspended targets, you get a bit of class ability energy, so that's just going to give us our barricade back. This aspect here actually allows the barricade to give you suspend as well, so if you don't have a shackle grenade, you've got your barricade for suspend, which is just crazy. And yeah, Thread of Mind just helps get that back a bit quicker. I find when I'm doing higher end content like Master Lost Sectors, I use the assassination, the finishers, as often as I possibly can to save ammo and time. So this one here just helps. Every time I do one of those, it's going to create threadlings that will go and cause damage to unstoppables or defeat some of the more pain in the ass little guys. Then lastly, the thread of generation. So getting my shackle grenade back is what I want to focus on mainly, and this one means every bit of damage I deal, I get grenade energy back. And I'm using the submachine gun, which obviously fires quite quickly. So any weapon that you're firing with a high fire rate is going to get your grenades back really quickly. So I know you could pick a different weapon, kind of like a rocket launcher or a linear fusion rifle, and yeah, it does a lot of damage, but because it's not hitting a lot, it won't be as effective with this fragment as like a fast fire rate weapon does. So trace rifles, some high fire rate auto rifles, or submachine guns are great to use with this fragment here. Right, so that's the subclass setup. In terms of weapons, I mean, I love Arbalest. I've loved Arbalest since the first day I used it. It's so helpful for barrier champions, even though I know. Yes, another bonus of the Strand subclass is every time you are suspending a champion, it also disables them. So like, you don't have to have unstoppable weapons. You don't have to have anti-barrier weapons. You just have to hit one of those champions with a shackle grenade or with your barricade, and they will be suspended and weakened. So that's another bonus. But yeah, Arbalest does work against barrier champions as well. It's just a hard hitting, fast firing, easy to use weapon. I just love it. Can't go wrong with it. This season and for a little while actually, void weapons with volatile rounds have been absolutely insanely overpowered. So it's still the case now. I don't know if it will change in the future, but you basically want to set your artifact up to have as many things helping you out with volatile and void weapons as possible, and then run a void weapon, obviously. If you're not using Arbalest, you can use, I think it's the Wave Splitter, the Void Trace Rifle is fantastic, really high rate of fire, and any sort of Void heavy machine gun. I'm using a linear fusion rifle, just, I don't know, I just like it. But yeah, any of those sort of Void things are great, but it's all personal preference, obviously. Then when it comes to armor, I'm going to be changing this around because I really want the Artifice armor. I've got a couple of pieces. But yeah, at the moment, so my setup is not great at all, and I'm still able to do master lost sectors about 20 power levels under. So that kind of shows how good the Titan Strand subclass is. Start with the helmet. So I'm using. You want to focus on resilience and discipline mainly for this build, and from what I gather, a lot of Titan builds. So either discipline boost mods or resilience boost mods. Then I'm using hands on. So I mean melee kills. Don't get a ton of them, but yeah, it's just, you know, handy to get your super back quickly. Void weapons, obviously, I am using, and orbs of power are always great to go with a bit of that. And then super energy on grenade kills again. So the shackle grenade not only does it suspend, it actually does do damage as well. So you end up getting quite a few kills if you chuck it into a big crowd of ads, which is helpful. On my arms. What have we got? Causing damage with grenade. Yeah, so grenade cooldown I'm really focusing on. I've got two impact inductions. Try and get my shackle grenades back as quickly as possible. And then one thing, I'm using the funnel web submachine gun. It's quite a slow reload, so just got to avoid increased reload time there. This is the exotic I'm using. So the Armamentarium gives you an additional grenade charge. So we're getting 2 shackle grenades, and the second one is always charging up as well. So you almost always have a grenade ready with this build. And yeah, so I'm just using, at the moment I've got you can just change these mods here depending on what sort of enemies you're up against. And then because I'm using 2 void weapons, I've just got well, 1 void heavy, the other one's infinite ammo anyway. Got that one on there. On my boots, running, yeah, so again, anything to help my void weapons. So running a void weapon surge. Innovation reduces my grenade cooldown every time I pick up an orb power. I want to get that grenade back as quick as possible. And then healing's always good as well. So any orb power I pick up will, I think it heals about 60 or 70 HP with each orb you pick up. So if you're creating quite a few, then yeah, this is a great one to have recuperation. Class item. This is my artifice armor, so I get an extra slot here for stat increases. So melee cooldown when I'm using my barricade, grenade cooldown when I'm using my barricade, and yeah, it reduces all my cooldowns when I'm using my barricade near bad guys as well. So this is all just about getting my grenade back and other abilities back as quick as possible. But yeah, cool. Right, so that's all the boring stuff out the way. I'm just going to jump straight into a master lost sector. I know this is one of the easier lost sectors. I mean, that's just, I happen to be doing it today. I've done it quite a few times to try and get as many exotic armor pieces as possible because this is a new character. But yeah, let's just do this and see how it goes. So yeah, I always check out the shackle grenade first, which just suspends pretty much everything near it, which is great. And then every finisher I get, I'm going to take because I get those threadlings, which is just free damage basically. Also, any of these that I pick up from Titan Strand class I'll use. Right, so if I pop my barricade, that's going to suspend this dude. I'm just going to fire. I mean, I could use my other weapons here, but I'm just going to conserve ammo and use my unlimited submachine gun dealing damage to this guy. And as soon as he comes out of his suspend, I'm going to hit him with a shackle grenade, does it again. And if you're ever one-on-one with a hard mini boss or whatever that you can actually suspend, I mean, they don't stand a chance at all, because you just got unlimited ways of suspending them. Again, suspension. If I had 100 discipline here, I'd probably have my grenade back by the time he comes out of this. Right, now I can assassinate him, so job done. Grab the tangle, chuck that at these bad guys, and do this free damage. Right, now what I find is the best thing to do on this particular lost sector is thin out the herd of some of the little shits before you concentrate on the heavier hitting guys. Like these dudes, those chuck grenades at you and they're a real pain in the ass. Yeah, those barrier champions with their freaking grenades. Gatling guns hit hard. Got an unstoppable coming my way. There he is. So then I'm just going to rinse and repeat what I did before. Make sure you stay in cover for this so you're not getting attacked by the other guys. I probably have a couple of grenades chucked my way, but nothing a Titan can't handle. Use out suspension, so I can choose to either just use my, whichever one I have available basically. I had a choice of either shackle or barricade here. This is the boring bit, but I mean if you want to get this everything done, but I'll take a little bit. We all know Destiny's a bit of a grind. I could step out and use my melee here as well, but I'm just not going to risk dying, to be fair. I think the charged melee attack does about 30k damage, give or take. So it's not bad, but I mean, yeah, I can just keep shooting him in the safety of my rock. Alright, where are all these guys? Alright, I'm actually going to wait till I get my shackle grenade back, just because they're right close to each other, and it'd be nice to kill two birds with one stone. I don't have anyone to shoot. Step out of there, you annoying little bastard. Yeah, so this is fun content for people to watch, isn't it? Really fun. Standing here waiting for my grenade to come back. Oh, don't walk away from each other effectively. Oh, it's not enough to get both of them. That's embarrassing. Not a good position at all. At least you guys know this is a... shit. At least you guys know this is a real playthrough and not edited to make it look like I'm some sort of Destiny god, because I really, really am not. They were standing right next to each other for so long. Alright, let's deal with this unstoppable first anyway. First get them out of the way. There's quite a few... I know this is an easy lost sector. It's quite short, there's only really one room, one area for it. But there are quite a few champions in this. I remember the first time I did it, I just couldn't believe how many goddamn unstoppable champions there were. I think there's only 2 barrier champions, but there's 6 unstoppables? I'm not sure. And yeah, I could be using my super for this, but I find I don't really need my super in this lost sector. I'll finish the boss off, the last bit of his health with it, but you can do it all with just sitting back and shooting. Oh, for fuck's sake, Ollie, come on. I might die again here. Come on, I thought he was assassinatable. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we need revives in these things. I'm obviously not playing very well at all, but if you are a better player than me, which most of you will be, now he's unassassinatable. Great, I love that. Then you shouldn't have any problem with this build. It's, like I said, I'm 20 power levels under what I should be for this. Yes, you're next to each other. Oh, oh, I'm so glad I chose this playthrough to actually record. Oh, obnoxious, these guys. Trying to deal with both of them is annoying. One-on-one, absolute walk in the park. This is ridiculous. They didn't hit so damn hard with their machine guns, it wouldn't be so bad. Finally, right, they're dealt with. Don't have to worry about them anymore. Yeah, so obviously a lot of videos you watch are all edited perfectly and it's great gameplay and they don't die and it's all flawless and it looks great. This is just kind of a real, I've just jumped into a lost sector and this is just me playing as a normal everyday Destiny player. Yeah, 20 power levels under, so just showing that kind of anyone with this setup can do this, because I know Master Lost sectors are pretty like daunting. I think there's no chance I'm going to be able to do that. No chance I'm going to be able to do Master Nightfall or anything like that. But as long as you just take your time, and yeah, it is a little bit slow going with this individual suspension and chipping away at their health, but if you want to get the rewards, I mean, I'm still under 10 minutes and almost at the end. this will probably be quite a slow run, maybe a 12-13 minute, but it just shows that it is doable. You don't have to grind Iron Banner to get the best armor. You don't have to have every weapon in the game, to complete raids and all that sort of stuff to do this sort of level of content. The Titan linear fusion that I'm using in my heavy slot is like, it drops like candy. It's such a common drop, it's easy to get. It's a great linear fusion rifle. You can unlock the pattern for it, and you can add whatever mods you want. Great shot, idiot. Probably because I'm talking. I'm a man and not capable of multitasking. One of the reasons. I'm just going to get my excuses out now for playing so terribly. Yeah, my last video on it was like 46 minutes long, doing a flawless run through of an exotic quest. This one is going to be significantly shorter than that, hopefully. If you had like a void trace rifle or something, that would melt these guys, or like a shotgun maybe, it would melt these guys a lot quicker. That's useless. That was a wasted barricade. I just used them. If you're wondering why I'm not aiming for the head, it's because the tank on the back does the same crit damage and it's easier to hit. Alright, so now it's just us and the boss. And on this particular lost sector, you can kind of cheese him with this rock, which is, I know, not the best way of playing the game, but let's be honest, we're all just grinding these lost sectors for exotics and enhancement prisms anyway. I'll get his health down to about half, and then I'll use my super, just to be safe. I mean, I've played terribly and I still have 6 revives left. Might go and see if I have any heavy ammo dotted about as well, just to stay on the safe side. I don't think I saw any heavy bricks. No. Oh, 1 shot left in there. Normally I have quite a bit more ammo than this. And obviously, yeah, you can't suspend bosses, which is a shame, but the game would be a tad easy if you could. With this Strand Super, I found the best combination of attacks is 1 heavy and 3 light, so just keep repeating that. So close. Shit. Well, we got revives to spare. It's all good. It's all good. And there we go. That is sub 11 minutes. Master Lost Sector cleared. And get anything good? No. Absolutely nothing good. Great. Well, thank you very much for watching, guys. That just shows that it is doable. I don't know how like some of the Neomuna Lost Sectors would go with this, because they were a lot longer and a lot harder. But yeah, much more skilled players than me, I'm sure, can do a lot better. But there we go. Thank you very much. Take care of yourselves, guys.